Hey everybody, welcome. I just recently finished playing South Park, so we're gonna start a Divinity Original Sin, another RPG. Far more. Trying to think of a good word. Complicated, deep. I've heard that used a lot. It's very reminds me of Dungeons and Dragons a lot, with the level of character that's not a word, but the level of character building that is available and the options. So it should be a whole lot of fun. I'm really interested in it. This is going to be probably a very long playthrough, because I'll probably try to do everything. And from what I understand, it's fucking deep. There's a lot of shit to do, a lot of complicated shit. I heard one dude say he got to the first town and didn't leave it for 9 hours. So that's probably what I'm going to do. It'll be pretty much everything, including me fumbling around getting fucking confused because I can't figure out how to do something. So we're going to fire up a new game, single player, because I'm going to play with myself. Alright, so with Divinity, you start with 2 characters. These are the defaults. I'm going to change them, obviously. There's Scarlet. It was a female. I believe she's normally a mage, but again, it doesn't matter. You can change it. And Roderick. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play with 2 men, just for reasons. The first one is going to be my name, obviously, and he's going to be a warrior. I guess I can go over the classes real quick. So there is Rogue, obviously. Shadowblade, which are assassins with daggers and magic. Wayfarer, who is, I'm just going to read this little description, a survivalist and a practitioner of magic. The Wayfarer is hard to hit and even harder to evade. Witch, which is, it's basically a mage, but they specialize in certain types of magic, which I'll go over. Wizard, again, mage, they specialize in fire and stuff like that. Battle mage, swords and magic. Cleric, obviously a cleric, that's pretty standard D&D stuff. Weapons, healing, magic. Enchanter, they do like buffing and shit like that. Fighter, which is probably what I'm going to go with. Then there's Knight, which big heavy armor, big heavy weapons. Ranger, marksman. And then back to Rogue. So that's 1, 2, 3. There's 11 options, which is a pretty wide variety, and obviously you can you can adjust these. So I'm going to go with Fighter, and you can completely customize these characters. So again, I'm going to go with Male, and you can customize their appearance, and it gives a little bio, like a default, fighter, they joined the army, blah blah, whatever. And then I distracted myself. With armor, without armor, you can kind of get a look at them. So, let's see. They have AI, so you control one character at a time, and the other one you can either make it automatic, which is what the AI is, or control it yourself. So, for the warrior is probably the one I'm going to control. I like playing warriors. Play one in World of Warcraft. I played a warrior through South Park. It's my thing. So we're going to make him. There's a pretty good amount of skin options. Super light skinned, whatever that is, burnt, very dark, to some very tanned. That almost looks like a high elf from Skyrim. Very burnt. So I'm gonna go with probably. That's a little too yellow. Trying to find one that's kind of tanned, but not quite. So probably go with that one. And then you can, of course, give them beards, mustaches. There's a good amount of options. Face paints. What is that? 15 options. It's not terrible. I'm gonna go with a beard. Oh, yeah, that's a thing as well. Big old fro. Whatever that is. Probably going to go with that. I like mohawks a lot. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it. But we are going to make him black-haired. And you can adjust the underwear. I don't know what the females look like, but I'm going to go with these ones. Put my armor back on. And then your portrait, you can change that too. So that kind of looks like my character, so I'm going to go with that. So this side, yeah, is their appearance. Boom, that's what my warrior is going to look like. Over here is your stat page that you can also customize. So the first thing, right, is your attributes, which is over here now. Strength, dexterity, intelligence, constitution, speed, and perception. Pretty standard D&D based skills. Strength is strength-based weapons, man-at-arms skills, and how much you can carry. Warrior, obviously, gonna want a lot of strength. Dexterity is for dexterity-based weapons, marksmanship, and your scoundrel skills, which is like lockpicking, pickpocketing, thievery-based stuff. Intelligence obviously increases your magic. Constitution is, of course, your health or vitality and how many action points you have. This game works on an action point system similar to, think, Fallout 1 or Fallout 2. Speed, your movement, your initiative, and how many action points you can use in combat. And then perception, your crit chance, detect traps, stuff like that. So warrior, probably going to want a decent amount of speed, decent amount of health, strength. So this is the default. It's actually pretty good. So these can be adjusted over here. Like if I say, oh, okay, I actually want less perception and another point of strength, I could do that. I'm not going to, but I could. Over here is your weapon skills. Again, this is something the D&D does. There's weapon skills, defensive, nasty deeds, craftsmanship, personality, and skills. So weapons, there's bows, crossbows, one-handed weapons, and two-handed weapons. Warrior, I believe, is a sword and shield kind of guy, so I'm going to leave a point in one-handed, right? So increases damage when using those kind of weapons. Pretty standard stuff, right? Defense, there is your armor specialist, increases your armor rating, and heavy armor gives you a movement penalty, so this decreases it. Bodybuilding affects your save throws against physical. Willpower, which I'm skipping obviously, is against magical. So right now I have none, so I'm kind of a little more vulnerable to, say, fireballs than I am being stabbed in the face. Shield specialist increases your chance to block. Skills are, most of them are magic based, but then there is marksmanship and man-at-arms. So Aerothurge is wind magic, basically, from what I understand. Marksmanship, expert marksmanship is what it's called, but that's, fucking probably like, wave shots and quad shots and shit like that. Geomancer, earth magic, obviously. Hydra's fist, water magic. Man-at-arms is your physical, your sword and axe and mace skills. Pyrokinetic, obviously fire. Scoundrel, this is your, I'm assuming like stealth and shit like that. I don't know, I'd have to make a thief to find out. And then witchcraft is, I think it's a lot of like mind control and curses and shit like that. So those are the skill categories, your ability categories, I guess. The next section is personality. That includes bartering, increases how much money you get. Charisma increases first impression and for charming, intimidating, and reasoning. Leadership gives boost to party members that can see you, and lucky charm, so you're luck in finding extra stuff. Craftsmanship. So the next category is blacksmithing. Obviously repairing and creating items. Crafting. Hold on. Yeah, required to create and improve metal enhanced weapons and armor. Crafting. Just general crafting, I'm assuming. Lore master, identify enemies and allows you to identify items. And then telekinesis, so pick shit up with your mind and move it. Nasty deeds lockpicking, pickpocketing, and sneaking. Pretty standard stuff. So now I'm going to go to talents, right? These are like your perks. Like, congratulations, you get to pick a special thing. So the standards it gives you are My Precious, which is every time you hit or get hit, there's a 50% chance of not losing durability, which is kind of cool, but not something I'm going to use right now. Opportunist is the other standard. It allows you to do attacks of opportunity, which are super, super helpful, because it's basically a free attack for anybody who plays D&D. You know what those are. And then there's a lot of them, and I'm not going to read them all to you right now, because, I mean, look at them all. There's just... And some of them are red, like here, they require like a certain level, or like this one requires level 3. So thick skin, it's probably one I'm going to go with. It gives you 5 extra base armor, plus man-at-arms times 2. So I don't know what that means, but I'm playing, a warrior, so man-at-arms is my skill category. So I'm going to take that. And I skipped it, but these are your starting skills, right? I kind of went like this, but these can be adjusted, and these are all the categories, right? So man-at-arms, that's what I have. Expert marksmanship, scoundrel, pyrokinetic, hydra's fist, aerothurge, geomancer, witchcraft, and special. So man-at-arms is what I'm using. So right now I have melee power stance, which let's see, improves damage of melee attacks. That's pretty useful. Battering ram, rush forward in a straight line to a point far away, hitting all enemies in your path with 9 to 11 slashing damage. Kind of cool. And Dust Devil is to spin around with your weapon and hit all adjacent enemies, which, meh, yeah, I guess that's cool. But so these are the man-at-arms skills. These are what I have right now. There's Crushing Fist, Cure Wounds. I think I'm going to go with Crushing Fist, which an enormous fish slams your enemy and knocks them down, dealing 4 to 5 crushing damage. We're going to go with that. So there is my warrior. I think I'm going to go with all that. Should be good. So he is done. Now, for the other dude, who I'm going to name... we're just going to go with Frederick, because I like that name. Oh, actually, hold on. Go back. He is going to be classified as a wizard. Wizard? I'm going to go with wizard. So again, he's going to be male. No AI, because I want to control both characters. And I'm going to make him... Should I make him dark? So that's a little too dark. Make him darker, a little dark skin like that. Deciding if you should have facial hair. Should he have facial? He almost looks Latino with that look. That is a sweet mustache. I might go with that. War paints. I'm not a fan of war paint personally. It's not bad. It's very wizardy. A Tonser, whatever that is. Was that a flat top? That's a flat top. Wow. I think I'm gonna go with that. Try and go with a... Should make him old, have gray hair. So yeah, this is giving you a better chance to actually look at some of the colors. There's a pretty wide range. A lot of standard hair colors, and then you have some blue, pink, teal. I'm gonna go with silver, I guess. And he's a wizard, so he gets the star underpants. And then a portrait. None of these look like him, so we're just gonna go with that one. So now we'll customize his stats. He's a wizard, so I think I'm gonna stick 8 in intelligence, constitution, speed, perception. So that seems alright to me. His abilities, right? Wizard. He starts with 1 in willpower, which is fine. Gives him a little defense against magic. I don't want Geomancer though. He currently has Pyrokinetic, which is good. I am going to go with Hydra's Fist, which is this one. And he starts with 1 in Charisma, which, yeah, I guess. And Lore Master, which is, pretty standard, mage, wizard, old dude who's learned a lot of stuff kind of things. And he starts with Far Out Man, which increases your range of spells and scrolls, which is good, and Know It All. A lot of these are pure positive. Some of them have drawbacks, like this one. Decreases everyone's attitude toward you by 20, but gives you 1 extra point of intelligence. I don't want to take that one right now. I am going to take... Oh, actually, this one is super important. I know I said I wasn't going to explain them, but I'm going to explain this one. Like I said, you start with 2 characters. However, there is a perk called Lone Wolf. You no longer have a companion, so you're just you, whoever you make. But you receive an 80% bonus to base vitality, so almost double your health, 2 bonus to recover in max action points, and an extra ability point on level up. So basically, you can do the standard 2 characters, or you can do 1 uber fucking strong character and try and get through the game by yourself, which is something I might try later on. Alright, so I'm going to go with Elemental Affinity. Lowers the action point cost of spells by 1 when standing in a surface of the same element. So if you stand in a pool of water, your water spells cost 1 less. Pretty good. Now for my skills, right? So I no longer have Geomancer. I now have Hydra's Fist. So I'm going to add... That gives me Minor Heal, which I'm going to equip. And... Slow Current, which slows the target. And then the fire skills are Burning Touch and Flare. So I think I'm going to take the slow spell. I think I'm good with that. So there we go. Roxarion and Frederick. Let us get to the game.